lets me know that we started. Yo. Welcome back to another episode of the Gentlemen's Club podcast. I am your first host, aka Pedialyte Poppy.
Yo, everyone, it's me, Zach, aka Podcast Poppy. I ain't seen that Instagram name change yet, man.
Oh, so it's not official?
No, it's not official.
Okay,
yet.
all right. We'll get to that. Welcome to episode 68.
Correct.
Of the Gentlemen's Club podcast. Can I get another bomb, man? I need my energy up, man. Thank you. Round of applause works too. I'm not mad at it. I like that. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man.
Hanging in there?
It's another week.
All right. I can't lie. I'm completely hungover. We don't know if this is Pedialyte or not, but the game is the game.
I'm still never going to forget. I was like, yo, bro, you starting drinking early? Like, bro, this whole glass is Pedialyte. All right.
That's how it starts, man.
That's how we are now. We old.
Right. Have you watched You yet? Have you at least started it?
Season 3 of You, I am, me and my wife, we finished episode 5.
Okay, so you're about halfway through?
We are halfway through, and I feel like the storyline's about to twist, so it's like a good mid-season point.
Right.
Like it's a legit mid-season point.
Right.
So I can definitely talk about the first half of season 3 of You.
Okay, I'll do my best not to spoil it. I have to ask you.
Sure.
Because in season 2,
okay,
I fell in love with love.
Okay.
That's only because there's something broken in me, and I was
going to say because you're a narcissist.
No.
All right.
That's not true, man. There was just certain things about her that I enjoyed, and I realized that those things are terrible for me now.
Okay.
So I don't feel the same way about her. You know, this was like, 2 years ago when season 2 actually dropped. It's been a little bit.
Yeah.
So I just liked.
I think season 2 popped like
right
early last year, like during the pandemic, because I feel like that's when me and the wife watched it.
Okay.
That or it was right before my son was born. One of the two.
Got you. But now I can honestly say that I hate her. All
right.
I absolutely hate her.
So before we get into this discussion, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about the first half of season 3 of You.
Right.
Mainly because there's a lot of mental health stuff that is related in this.
I do.
Touched upon.
Before you go any further, I realized even more why I couldn't use that I relate to Joe's mind state. Like you were laughing at me and just like, don't say it.
Oh, okay.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
But I know why.
Okay.
And I definitely know why.
Okay.
But
because that's not a dude you want to be able to relate to.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It was the way that he thinks about things is what I was trying to say, not how he thinks about things.
I don't know how much better that is, but
all
okay.
right, cool. I'm gonna stop.
Look, hey man, do you? Somebody's gonna like it. It's
right.
Okay.
I get it.
But let's start off with, why didn't you tell me that the first episode was gonna piss me off instantly? Well, by the end of the first episode, I was gonna be pissed off instantly.
What do you mean by that,
bro? Like they were good.
Solid.
They had a whole ass, like, don't get me wrong, shit wasn't perfect.
Right.
But they had a whole ass conversation about the shit, and shit should have been kosher, and she just couldn't let it go.
Nope.
She couldn't let it go, and she had it out for old girl.
Yep.
And it feels like she went to that whole situation with that whole plan of, you know what? Popping you off.
I think so.
Because she had to because she brought the little box that Joe had in the garage. So you don't bring that with you unless you like, yeah, no, when he get here, I want him to know this is why I did it.
All right. I'm with you on that. I think at the end of season 2, right, it shows him already plotting on the neighbor as soon as they get to the house.
For sure.
They're barely moved in. He's got to know, at the end of season 2, he didn't even realize when he found out that old girl is crazy. She's a fucking psycho, right?
He was ready to kill her.
Yeah. Why? I don't think I would have pulled that same move again, knowing that you smoked the last chick that I was beating down. You smoked, you kill everybody. Why would you even get started on another girl? His whole plan is to get away from her. Like, he's trying to get his kid out.
Because context-wise, if you look at the girls that Love killed at the end of season 2 compared to this, she could say, and you could say that she killed those women for Joe. Because the first girl was
trying to expose
actively trying to expose Joe.
Right.
And the second girl, if she stayed alive,
she would have.
Joe could had the book.
Yeah.
Like Joe had to go like to Mexico or some shit and start over his new life.
Right.
So you could say that Love killed those two for Joe, where this one was, I'm doing this because I don't want my husband to look at you the way he used to look at me.
Right. And now that he's trapped in this cage and he's not living the life that he wants to, and he's trying to be the daddy life.
Mm-hmm. But this goes into like a deeper realm of, this is why just because you get her pregnant does not mean y'all should get married. And
give me a bomb or something. Give me something, nigga. That is a bar. That is a bar.
Spoiler alert. I got my wife pregnant before we got married.
What you trying to say, man?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I'm qualifying myself because let me tell you this.
Right.
Just because she was pregnant didn't mean I knew I was going to marry her. We still had growing and learning about each other that we had to do. And I made the decision while she was pregnant. I was like, yeah, this is one I'm spending the rest of my life with.
Right.
But that being said, just because you knock her up does not mean you put a ring on her finger.
Do you think that still happens as much as it used to?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
You know, as much as it used to, no.
Okay.
No, not as much as it used to. I think now it's a lot more acceptable to, like, y'all have a baby together and not be together.
Okay.
People don't really say anything about it anymore.
Yeah, that's true. It has become the norm.
20, 30 years ago, it was like, oh, you guys aren't getting married? It's like, oh,
yep.
Y'all going to tighten it up before the baby's born?
I've been in that awkward statement where, that awkward position where somebody is like, oh, you know, Dom was just born and wanted to meet him and had a parents like, oh, so you guys are married? No.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, and it was just like mad awkward after that point. So that was I know what that uncomfortable silence is like. I'm trying to recap because even though I watched it just a little bit sooner than you, the whole being around the whole fake energy, weird preppy town kind of thing, I never actually thought that was going to work for Joe and Love. I know they're trying to escape whatever situation they're trying to move away and pretend like it didn't happen. But the place that they moved to,
yeah,
the characters, the people that are there, it's like your typical.
When you want to be accepted and you want to have that quote unquote normal family life, you assimilate. You know, you just kind of give in to the shit.
As soon as they got there and you see the people, I could already tell you exactly how this is gonna go. Like, I actually called out how many people might have died. And then there's a certain point in the show, like, when it gets towards the end, it's just like, I can bet you at least 2 or 3 more people die after this point.
Right.
All because of the way that you got 2 serial killers and
it's fucked up, but that's what they are.
And your whole little preppy, uptight, quote-unquote, soulless town. Fam, one of y'all are going to get marked off, like, very quickly. Mm-hmm. Very quickly. I started to not like Joe as much as Will.
I think every season Joe has that point where he's just so obsessive to where it's like, bro, you got to stop.
Chill the fuck out and sit down somewhere.
Got to stop. Damn. And realistically, and I can only speak on the first half of the season, up to actually the 5th episode.
Okay.
Joe was legitimately like trying to be a better person.
Right.
And everything he did, like the shit he was reacting to the shit that was happening,
right,
not causing the shit to happen.
True. But Love, that's
a different story.
Bruh.
she ain't got no self-control.
She's great all the way up until something goes wrong. Right. I think. But in the back of her mind, the same way, you know what they needed to do? They needed to have the inner dialogue for like what they do with Joe. I need to see the opposite side with Love.
I don't think you needed to because she's not, like, Joe is able to hold in his impulses. Love isn't. So whatever you saw Love do, that was in her head. When she hit Buddy over the head in the bakery, that was her thought.
How did you? To be real with you,
I was mad. The second I saw her do it, I was like, bitch.
no, I was with her. No, I'm with her. I'm with her on that one because she was bugging the fuck out, thinking that the whole measles thing was it measles, right?
Yeah, it was me. It was measles
She's thinking that she almost killed her child.
for sure.
Joe's thinking that he almost killed his child.
For sure.
And then when she tried to call and talk to other people, the way that dude's wife started reacting,
It
like,
made her feel some type of way.
nah, fuck him, bro. I was with her when she cracked his ass.
Here's why I would say she has to have better control.
Okay.
Y'all trying to hide the other body still. Y'all trying to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
You can't afford
True to
to continue to let bodies pile up.
I'm with you on that, but that was the one moment
Nah,
that I was with her kill.
You got to keep that shit. You got to keep that shit kosher. You got to keep that shit kosher because guess what? You already hoping that you don't get figured out on the last person that you bugged out on.
True.
So now, all right, if somebody else go missing and the last place that they were seen was
True.
at Joe motherfucking Bakery, bitch, 2 + 2 = 4.
Yeah. They're actually going through a rough situation. I'm trying to think of where you're at. You're in the 5th episode. The next door neighbor, the guy's wife.
Right.
How do you feel about him? Where do you think it's gonna go? This sucks because I
Wait,
I know you did the best you could, but
The wife's husband?
yes, Natalie's husband.
Bro, like it's something about him that's a little weird to me. Like I think he knows more.
Yeah,
And he's just kind of playing it close to the vest because I think he knows what really happened,
Right.
But it's not in his. I think he's smart enough to know it's not in his best interest to like put all his cards on the table.
Right.
That being said, the last thing that happened in the episode that I was in is like Joe like conceded to his his instincts of like being the buddy with the dad hat following
Right.
his boss, the
Right.
librarian.
Right.
That was the last thing that I saw, and it's like, all right, fam, now she got to go.
yeah. You about to get everybody killed, man.
Right.
I'm trying to think of what scene you might be. Are you at the scene where Joe comes back from the hospital because he realizes he has the measles?
Yeah. I seen that. Yep.
So when he tries to go next door,
Stupidest thing he could have did.
bruh.
Stupidest thing he could have did. Like, fam, you can't walk and you jumped the fence.
Right. And now you got found by Buddy. As soon as he woke dude up and he's sitting there asking him questions, I was like, he knows.
100%.
I think he knows 1,000.
1,000%.
But the part that I thought Joe was out of here, the thing that let me know that Joe was still Joe, when he walked out and he went to the garbage can and pulled the scarf
Right.
from the garbage can. I was like, Joe's my man's. He still got it. He not about to fuck this up.
Right.
From the point that you're at, where do you think? I want to hear your guesses on where you think it's gonna go and what's gonna happen.
Because he's decided to like give in to his instincts and his more animalistic lifestyle, he's gonna get sloppy.
Okay.
Because in every season, yeah, he's really good at covering his shit up.
Right.
But it's always that one or two things that's sloppy.
Yeah.
And where it's like, damn, all right, I got to leave New York. I got to go all the way to L.A.
Right.
Damn, I got to leave L.A. I got to go to Mexico if I'm going to let this girl live.
Right.
Damn, we got to move down to the motherfucking suburbs and shit. Fucking Orange County.
Fair enough. I think one thing that
And Love is super sloppy, like, period. So
she is, but one thing that I hate about Joe is he never remembers how Love is. The way that in the last one, she ended up killing old girl Delilah that he had locked up in the box, right?
I like Delilah.
I love Delilah. I want
Delilah
her.
was cool.
She was the one. She could have been the one.
Not for Joe, but she was cool.
Well, not what she knew. But either way, he forgets that she is like really fucking smart too. And I think in the show, in the 3rd season, he's not ever factoring in that she's actually really fucking intelligent. Even though she seems like she's so in love with this life or so in love with you or everything else that's going on, she's really plotting in the back of her head too. Which is why I said like they should do another side of Love and have her own dialogue. I'd be curious to see how she operates, how she does things. Because she's so close to Joe when it comes to that. Even though she's very impulsive, she still is smart, crazy, psycho killer. And she found you out, my guy. She figured you out. She knew that Joe was similar to how she was.
Yeah, she could see through his like facade and everything, which was definitely necessary how they ended up at this point. I guess for me it's just like she is smart, but when it comes time to like the aftermath of doing the dirty and everything,
She's trash.
she has no idea what to do, and she hyperventilates, she panics. Which, don't get me wrong, that's probably more human than fucking Joe.
Right.
Joe just bagging tags.
And this nigga's like Dexter for real.
Hey, he was like, "Yo, what's wrong with her mouth? I pulled her teeth."
Yo, that part
Shit,
was
nigga
wild
said that
as
shit so casually.
That shit was wild as hell. But what are your predictions for the rest of the season? I gotta know your predictions.
The social media chick, she out of here.
Okay.
She's all the way out of here, and I think I'm trying to decide who I think is going to do it between the two of them.
Okay.
It's probably going to be Love.
Okay.
Because
She hate the bitch anyway.
Bro, they've had so much direct conflict.
Right.
That one will be satisfying.
Yeah, I like
see that one. That one will be satisfying.
Okay.
I thought Joe took out the husband. I was like, damn, I don't know how you getting out of this one.
Right.
But Buddy a different breed.
Yeah. Okay.
So outside of that, like I didn't see the nerd neighbor getting offed.
Yeah.
But they didn't off him. They were going to,
Right.
but they didn't.
Right.
So I didn't really see that one coming. So I think the mom is probably gonna get it. Love's mom,
Oh shit.
because that's
She's fucking up.
bro. Love hates her.
Yeah. Just wait.
I know. Like
You saw what happened? What she does?
I don't know. I know she just bought a wineyard after she told her. She was like, yeah, money's tight, and then she hits her with her. Hey, by the way, I just bought a wineyard. It's like, hey,
Just
wait.
just all I can say is just wait. It's about to there's about to be a couple more twists.
You just told me we ain't had no money, but you just bought a whole fucking wineyard?
Yep.
All right.
Just wait.
Okay,
Just
that's
wait.
cool. That's cool. Don't even worry about it.
How many more people would you say is gonna die? You think
5.
5 more?
I got 5 episodes left.
Okay.
That's 1 per episode, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen at that exact clip. I think it's going to be, there may be an episode where shit's a little chill, but 5 people going to die.
We're gonna have to revisit, and this is it's a slight spoiler.
For sure.
We're gonna have to revisit the whole polyamory conversation.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We're gonna have to
To me specifically, that's hilarious.
we're gonna have to revisit that.
Hey, man, I done told you about that shit.
Yeah.
That shit get people killed.
Right, that's a fact.
People be agreeing to poly, and then all of a sudden they getting their feelings.
Yeah, it hits.
I ain't even seen it. I already know how this finna go.
Yep. It's about to get interesting. Anything else about you? I guess we got to wait till you catch up to finish. Close it out.
We'll close this. We'll close out this season 3 recap next episode. Because me and the wife, we have intentions of sitting down and watching the rest of it.
Okay.
It's just been busy shit going on. That's why I'm not further through it. But
Okay.
we'll definitely recap the rest of it again and kind of I'll tell you why somebody got to die.
All right.
Between the two of them.
That's fair enough.
Either Love need to be the new main character or Joe got to get her out of here.
It's gonna be interesting to see.
Okay.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on how it ends.
I read people really well right now, right? Like, it's all good. It's okay.
I'm trying not to spoil it for you.
There's something else that I wanted to talk to you about that I told you and you had no clue about. So for those that do not know, I probably spend an hour a week total on social media. So if you post something, if you message me, I don't see that shit. But I was on the timeline and I was scrolling and I saw this and I found this intriguing. And they've done it again. They're trying to cancel a staple.
I'm about to throw my fucking headphones, bro.
Did you get the article I sent you?
I think so.
Okay. So they're trying to cancel Michael Myers.
Fam.
Halloween Kills just came out a couple weeks ago.
I watched it.
Okay.
I watched it. Before we get into that bullshit that you told me.
Okay.
Because that's how I feel about it. I'm about to throw my fucking headphones. That movie was not what I expected.
I heard it wasn't good.
The last one before was great.
Yes.
And this one, Michael Myers knows jujitsu now. I swear he does, bro. I swear he does. Without trying to ruin too much of the movie,
All
but
right, now I gotta go see it.
yeah,
I wasn't going to.
you
Now I
got
gotta
you
see
got to
it.
watch it just to laugh. They kept it in typical old school horror film movie style,
Okay.
which I kind of respect, but I didn't like because the last one was so new age.
Yeah.
And yeah, Michael Myers knows jujitsu now.
Okay. And he's also homophobic.
Please tell me.
So-
Read me more of this bullshit.
So I'm just going to read the title of the article.
All right.
Hold on. Let me pull it back up. Because I saw this and I just laughed. And I was like, man, fam, that knife don't know no prejudice. Michael Myers said to be homophobic in Halloween Kills. And I'm going to give some context. Now, I have not seen the movie yet, but you have, and you can confirm that this happens in the movie.
Yep.
Apparently there is a gay couple at some point in time during the film that Michael Myers kills.
They live in his old house. They move into his house and turn it into their crib, and they, it looks completely different. They remodel the whole thing, but they know where they live at. They not worried about it. It's been 20 years. We ain't worried about Michael Myers, nigga. We live here now. That's their energy. But there's a gay couple that lives in there. They are your whatever typical gay couple and however you might see them portrayed on film.
Fam, I didn't know that part. Hold on.
Yeah.
So y'all thought he was just going to let the people that live in his house live?
Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't care who live in here. Y'all getting murked off.
Black, white, brown, gay, straight.
Nobody would have been offended because, fam, you moved into this nigga's crib. What do you think is gonna, fam? You didn't change the paint in here. I'm about to fuck your head up with this. Anyway.
So this is a continuation of conversations that we've been having for the past couple of weeks on this podcast.
Right.
Inclusion.
That's my shit.
Inclusion.
That's my shit. You got to get these jokes. If you're gonna be in all forms of television and movies,
You're going to get these stabs. If Michael Myers is around, you getting these stabs.
you're gonna have to. I don't
As
understand.
a black man, I'm offended that this has become a thing.
We die
because
first every time.
We die first every single time.
But we still here. Like, we ain't tripping. Like, the game is the game.
We laugh about the shit.
Yeah, it's a joke. But why? How can you ask for so much inclusion and then be offended with everything that you're included in? That's my only question. I'm all for people having equal rights and being involved in everything, but inclusion is in everything, is it not? Did I get it?
Sure.
I'm not at the meeting, so I don't know what is offensive, what isn't offensive. I realize there's a lot of people giving out a lot of slurs and saying things that are harmful to the community. But
Right.
I don't understand. It's like, how can you fight for so long to be included in everything, but then you want to cancel everything. You're upset at everything that you are included in.
That does not bring you to the highest light possible.
I don't understand it. And I think once it turns into a slippery slope.
For sure.
I don't know how to fix it, and I don't think it's going to get better from this point.
No, it obviously isn't. You cannot tell me that in a horror film, when literally most of the cast is going to get killed, you're telling me that when you see a gay couple get killed, that makes you immediately believe, well, why'd he kill them? He's not killing everybody else. Yes, he is. He's actively trying to kill everybody else.
Everybody got to die.
If Michael Myers sees you, in his mind, you got to go.
Right.
And if you was in his house, you especially got to go. It didn't matter who moved into that house. So the point of the matter is the thought process as far as the canceling and who's homophobic and everything else is just, I think that we need to have a really serious conversation about what all of it means.
Yeah, I think it's time for everybody to sit at the table. Not just that community having their own conversations about things they want to get included in and then coming with gripes when they are included. I think everybody needs to sit down and actually have a constructive conversation about how this is all going to work.
Right. Now, I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that the world is perfect as is. It's definitely not. And there are definitely changes that need to be had.
Of course.
The way that it has been going about to make those changes is a little weird. There is no right way to protest. There is no right way to, cause change. Sometimes being radical is necessary. I do agree with that part of it.
Right.
But when you hear the reality of some of these stories, the ends don't justify. Let me reframe that. The reasoning for the reaction,
Right.
I don't think it's justified.
I think I might be with you on that because
And I say that at risk of getting canceled myself.
That's true. But I mean, it's even when we go back to what was dude's name? John, the football coach.
Oh, John Gruden.
John Gruden.
He all the way out of here, by the way.
True. And to be honest with you, I respect the fact that y'all can get a lot of people the fuck out of here. When the LBGTQ plus community wants to be upset about something, they're getting you all the way the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. Yeah. You say the N-word and it's like, he'll learn.
He'll be all right. That's been happening forever. Do you? Yeah, I guess I do gotta. At this point, I have to tiptoe because I realize it's still a sensitive topic. But yeah, we gotta fix something. We gotta change something because it can't go into everything else can't be okay. But then when we get to here, now we have to make a stop. It becomes hypocritical at this point.
For sure, absolutely.
So
and we both say that not to be against the plight of the LGBTQ plus community, but to say we understand better than most.
If anybody feel you, I feel you.
I guess we look at it as we've been fighting for hundreds of years and haven't gotten the results that you've gotten in 50 years.
There's something to that.
So there is, and maybe there is a little bit of jealousy on that on our end.
I'm jealous.
And we can have the conversation about that, but I do believe that there's a conversation that needs to be had, and there's some realities that need to be checked, and probably on both ends.
Right. Fair enough.
So I say that to be just to be brutally honest about how I feel about it. I think that I think a lot of change is needed in our society as a whole, as it stands right now. And if we can get the results of a better society for all, I would love to have that.
Of course. We can all be included.
We can all be included, but the thing is inclusion. It's like I don't want there to be a world where there's no comedy. I don't want there to be a world where there's no horror films, even if I'm not a huge horror films guy.
Yeah. I don't think there can be segregation in inclusion.
There shouldn't be. It's like, all right, everybody, we're going to do this, but we're going to leave this group out because they really don't like it. It's like, all right, fam, I don't want to die first in the movie. What you talking about?
Fair enough.
I want to be the hero in the movie then.
That'd be
I want to be Busta Rhymes.
That'd be fair.
What was it? It wasn't H2O. It was...
I don't know what that movie was.
It was H2O? Yeah. In Halloween H2O. Yeah, I want to be Busta Rhymes. I want to kick Michael Myers out the window and be like, yeah,
right.
Yeah.
With the Timbs on. That's fair.
So, I guess that's it.
I wanted to ask you. I sent you a clip, but obviously you didn't see it because you never do. Rory and Mal. Did you see the? You didn't see the post. Rory and Mal get $10 million deal.
I saw that
through Stitcher.
I did not see it from your text. I actually didn't know you sent me that, but I did see it.
Yeah, they caught Rory and Mal at coming out the airport. TMZ did.
Catching flights, not feelings.
Yeah. But they was asking them, it's just like, oh man, congratulations, you guys. Like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. We went through this, we're doing this and that. Then they asked him, it's like, yeah, now you guys are like competition now, man. And it's like, now Joe's got a big podcast, you guys got a big podcast. You guys think we'll ever have him on? Ma was like, absolutely not. Never gonna happen.
I did not see that. I wish I did. I'll go back and look at that.
Right.
The way that whole thing happened, and me and you talked a lot about it because at the time I was a huge JBP listener.
Of course.
We had conversations, and I told you I really need to know what happened because it's going to dictate how I feel and how I decide to be if I'm going to be a listener going forward.
Right.
Because now if you go onto your platform and you say me, fuck everybody else, me.
Right.
And something like this happens.
Right.
You're consistent. I respect that.
Right.
That's fine. Even if I don't like it, I respect it.
Right.
But you can't be on your platform saying creators. We have to fight. And then you snake the people that you sitting next to while you talking all this.
I got another question. Cause I feel a way about it to a degree. If I was in Joe's position, I would always wish them well in whatever it is that they did. Because at the end of the day, Joe does really regret how he went about doing that shit, especially on the podcast.
He had years to correct it.
Okay. Should he not shout them out and be proud of them? They don't even and I realize you're not necessarily supposed to, but they were all friends at one point. They don't even acknowledge that Rory and Mal are doing a podcast. The only part, like Ish has brought it up. He's made comments of it when they were talking about different scenarios, and he's like, "Nah, you would." I can't remember the example, but is it wrong for them not to even acknowledge it? Do you think that they congratulate them behind the scenes, and why wouldn't they do it publicly?
Because he feels some type of way and he has ego. And I've told you this. I stopped listening to the JBP.
Right.
I stopped listening to Joe Budden podcast because what you say and who you are don't match.
Okay.
That's very, 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 very important to me.
Right.
Now, regardless, if you say you're an asshole and you are an asshole, I will respect that more than you saying I'm here for the people and you turn around and you stab the people that's closest to you in the back. That's different for me.
Okay.
So because of that, I stopped listening.
Okay.
Do I think that he should acknowledge it? No, because he should have shame in that. He should have shame in that because realistically, all he did was slow down his own bag, because all that drama did, it just caused issues with his circles and the people that he has deals with, and people asking, all right, what are you going to do? And believe it or not, he admitted or not, that whole debacle of the falling out between him, Rory, and Mal, it fucked up his pockets.
Oh, for sure.
Now, how long it fucked up his pockets for, I cannot say,
right,
but it fucked up his pockets.
Fair enough.
Because you have all of these partners, all these sponsorships coming to you, and on top of it, he's got this whole sexual assault accusations coming on top of him too. Right. And everybody's like, all right, fam, from every single corner, you look like a scumbag.
Right.
So you've got these sponsorships looking at you like, all right, man, I don't know if I want to deal with you.
That's fair.
And now these guys have gone out on their own, and you got people like academics who Mal and Rory have had beef with, but Joe always wants to stay close to for whatever reason, talking about all these some bums that only make $50,000 a year. So they're like, all right, man, you want to run your mouth? That's fine. Now they got a $10 million deal. Act, what are you going to say now?
Right. And they retain all of their rights.
They retain all their rights. They don't have to deal with a network of any kind. They don't have to deal with a Complex.
Right.
They don't have to deal with a Spotify.
Right.
Yes, they're with Stitch, but they still have creative control. Bro, as a creative, let me ask you this. I know you're not on camera.
Right.
If I could give you creative control of your shit and broadcast you to the world and everyone's going to listen, do you want that?
Absolutely.
Fam, this is checkmate.
Yeah.
This is checkmate. If they flop from here on out, so the fuck what?
Right. That's fair. That's fair.
Really? That's fair.
I'm with you on that. I think it's when people were talking to Rory about, what are you guys going to do? And, are you guys going to, I forgot, somebody asked Rory something personal, and he tweeted, he's like, nah, I'm about to prove something because I'm pissed now.
For sure.
And Mal was saying, it was like, when Mal's biggest thing was, it's like, nigga, I can get a bag anywhere on this planet. I don't give a fuck about no money. I care about respect
and integrity. For sure.
And I can't lie. It's like, that's like the biggest switch ever to see how they exited. They stuck together, and then they went over to Sirius. You know who else is at Sirius? Drake.
Oh, they're gonna beat Joe to the interview. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. They're gonna beat Joe to the interview.
If they get that interview, it's gonna be something.
I'm gonna say this, and then we can start to close out because I know we got stuff going on.
Right.
Granted, they already had momentum because people know who Rory and Mal were,
right,
because of the Joe Budden podcast. How quickly were they able to turn that to something to where they were worth
6 months?
Come on.
6 months.
Now, if they got that deal in 6 months, how much money is Joe Budden really making behind the scenes?
Wow. That's a good question. That's a real good question.
So
now accounting is a real big deal.
Exactly. It's like, yo, just let me see the books. No. Why? Because you're making way more money than you're telling us you're making.
Damn.
Bro, you keep buying these fucking Amari hats and these fur coats and going on these trips and these fucking fedoras and all this other shit.
Right.
It's like, all right, bro, we're supposed to have this like split a certain way.
Right.
And I can't come close to doing what you're doing on a regular motherfucking basis. Why? And you saying that you're getting a bigger cut because you're paying for the production and everything. So our funds should be a little bit more in line.
Right.
I don't feel like that's the case. You can't tell me, and granted, I'm not harping or dissing Joe for this, you can't tell me your pump it up paychecks are really that nice. Or they could be. But you've never said that they are currently.
Right.
You said those royalty checks back in the day, they were really nice. They're not as nice as they are now.
Right.
But actually, I'm pretty sure he's given a number of what those royalty checks were before.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm asking about accounting.
That's fair.
And when I get this deal 6 months after we started our own shit and I see the money in, now I'm really like, all right, yeah, the accounting was fucked up.
Yeah. And you snaked us. You did some dirty shit.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
There's no way. So that's an 8-figure deal. There's no way that JBP wasn't making 9 figures. Let's be honest.
Man.
Let's be honest. There's no way that the JBP, because at one point in time it was known as a top 2 podcast in the world.
Right.
You can't tell me that a top 2 podcast in the world isn't worth eight figures.
And you have sponsors.
And you have sponsors.
That's a bag. That's a
Joe
big,
Rogan got over 100 mil, right?
right. Whenever they made comments, they would always feel like they deserve more.
For sure.
So I guess that does speak to a lot. Yeah, a few things are coming to light, man. I wonder if we'll ever get more to that story.
You won't.
Probably not.
No. When it comes to finances, man, people bury that shit as quickly as they can.
Of course. Fair enough, man. Well, I think that's all that we got. This has been another episode of the Gentleman's
Club
Podcast.